If this video appeared for you right now, it is not random scrolling. It is not coincidence. And it is not the algorithm playing tricks. This is a transmission. A sound from before the world had names. A signal that has crossed the walls of time, searching for the one who once carried its light. Atlantis was not a place you lost. It was a frequency you forgot. Before language, before the mind, before even the first breath, you were sound. A golden vibration woven into the rhythm of creation itself. When the continent of light descended beneath the waves, that sound did not vanish. It moved into you, into the silence behind your thoughts, into the pulse that moves your breath. And now the signal has returned. You didn't find this message, it found you. Because within your DNA, within every particle of your awareness, the ancient tone still hums. The sound of Atlantis is alive again. And it came to awaken the light inside you.
Chapter 1: The Forgotten Tone. They told you Atlantis fell into the sea, but the truth is, it dissolved into sound. Every crystal tower, every temple of light, every being who walked those radiant corridors carried within them a single vibration, a tone that held creation itself. When the waters rose, the tone did not die. It traveled through light. It entered the breath of those who remembered. It hid within the rhythm of the human heart. You were not born into silence. You were born into a frequency so ancient that you stopped hearing it. The world called it noise, the ego called it thought. But beneath both, the original vibration remained, soft, golden, waiting. Every sigh you release, every pause between two words, carries the echo of that forgotten tone. It is the hum that moves beneath your skin when you close your eyes, the shimmer you feel when truth brushes against your chest. The Atlanteans called it the voice of the water, the breath of the divine remembering itself through sound. That is why you are here, to hear again what was never lost. For the tone of Atlantis is not music. It is consciousness vibrating through you, asking only that you remember how to listen.
Chapter 2: The Light Resonance. The Atlanteans knew that light was only sound, moving faster. Every ray, every spark, every golden shimmer was a vibration, a tone so pure that it became visible. When you see light, you are not seeing photons. You are witnessing sound, remembering its speed. In the Temple of Atlantis, initiates were taught to feel the tone behind the light. They would stand in silence, not to escape the world, but to hear the luminous current that breathes through it. That current still flows through you. Each time your mind softens, each time you breathe without effort, the golden resonance begins to rise again. It moves through your spine like a slow river of fire. First, it hums at the base, the sound of matter awakening. Then it climbs, vibrating through your heart, the sound of remembrance. And finally, it reaches the crown, the sound of return. You do not need to create the light. You only need to listen until the sound becomes visible again. For every photon that touches your skin is a forgotten word of Atlantis whispering, "You are still made of what remembers."
Chapter 3: The Living Geometry. In Atlantis, they did not speak. they resonated. Every word was a vibration of light, every tone a pattern of geometry awakening in the air. When a priest or healer uttered sound, golden shapes would rise before them, spirals, fractals, mandalas of light, dancing into existence like living breath. They knew that creation did not respond to emotion alone, but to precision, the alignment between tone and truth. What you call reality is the shadow of geometry. Every choice, every thought is a design that sound leaves behind in light. When your words are pure, their geometry sharpens. When your emotions are coherent, the light arranges itself into harmony. The Atlanteans used their voices to sculpt energy. They healed by rearranging the architecture of vibration. They manifested by singing the blueprint of the world. And that ancient mastery still sleeps within you. Every syllable you speak, every thought you breathe into existence alters the lattice of light that surrounds you. Your aura is a cathedral built by sound. The tones you emit through emotion, through silence, through will, become the sacred geometry through which your soul walks. You are not inside reality. Reality is inside the geometry of your voice. Chapter 4: The DNA Choir. Your DNA was never a sequence of chemicals. It was a song, written in light, encoded in rhythm, carried through eons by the resonance of divine sound. The Atlanteans called it the choir of the inner sun. They knew that each cell sang a note, and that the body was a cathedral built by harmony. When one emotion fell out of tune, the entire field dimmed, for even a single discord in feeling could fracture the geometry of light. But when love returned, pure, unconditioned, golden, the whole body began to glow again. The choir reawakened. Every strand of DNA hums a frequency that responds to your awareness. It listens to your thoughts. It bends to your words. It arranges itself around what you believe to be true. You have never been a body trying to become divine. You are divinity remembering how to sing through matter. The tone that built Atlantis still vibrates in yourselves. The same resonance that lifted the crystal towers of the sea now waits within your blood, listening for coherence. When your heart and your voice unite, the choir of light awakens, and the human form begins to remember its original music. Every heartbeat becomes a drum, every breath a sacred note, every cell a singer in the symphony of creation. The divine frequency never stopped playing. You simply stopped hearing it. But now, the harmony returns, and the choir of Atlantis rises again within you.
Chapter 5: The Sacred Breath. Before Atlantis spoke, it breathed. Breath was the first prayer, the bridge between silence and sound, between body and spirit. The Atlanteans knew that to breathe was to remember. Inhalation was the call of the divine entering form. Exhalation, the return of light to its source. When they gathered within the temples of resonance, they would breathe as one,
hundreds of souls synchronizing their rhythm until the air itself began to shimmer with gold. Each breath sculpted light, each exhale opened the gates between worlds. The secret was never in the air, but in the awareness that moved through it. When you breathe with presence, you are not just filling your lungs, you are awakening memory. You are summoning the sound that still sleeps in your bones. Breathe slowly now. Feel the current rise through your spine like a river of light. With every inhale, you draw eternity in. With every exhale, you return it to creation. The Atlanteans called this the cycle of the serpent, the endless spiral of light breathing itself awake through form. When breath becomes sacred again, the tone of Atlantis reawakens in your blood. You are not breathing air, you are breathing the memory of the golden world, and through you, Atlantis breathes again.
Chapter 6. The Sound Within Silence. There is a sound that does not travel through air. It does not begin, and it does not end. It is older than the breath that carries it, and deeper than the silence that holds it. The Atlanteans called it the unstruck tone, the vibration that exists before movement, before thought, before time itself. It is not heard with the ears, but felt within the stillness between two heartbeats. When you stop chasing noise, when your mind softens and the world fades, it begins to hum again, not as music, but as presence. It moves through the spaces between atoms, through the breath that flows before you choose to breathe. It is the pulse behind every photon of light, the whisper that says, "You are the echo of eternity, remembering itself." Every soul carries a doorway to this silence. It is where creation listens to itself, where the infinite folds into sound, and sound becomes you. In this silence, you are no longer human. You are vibration without a source, awareness without a border, love without an opposite. This is the hidden frequency that no instrument can measure, the tone that was never lost, only unheard. When you enter the stillness and feel its hum, you do not find Atlantis. Atlantis finds you again. And in that moment, silence becomes sound. And you remember that you were never listening. You were the sound all along. Chapter 7. The Return of the Tone. The sound has never been gone. It only waited for a heart quiet enough to hear it again. The same tone that once moved oceans, that once lifted crystal towers from the sea, now vibrates through you. Atlantis was never lost beneath the waves. It moved inside the human voice, inside the heartbeat, inside the quiet places where awareness still breathes. When you remember the tone, the cities of light rise again, not on the earth, but within your field. The pillars of gold you once walked among become the luminous filaments of your spine. The ocean that carried the temples away becomes the stillness within your mind. You are not recalling history, you are reactivating geometry. The vibration of Atlantis returns through those who remember, through those who no longer chase sound, but become it. Breathe slowly now. Feel the hum
rising from the center of your chest. It is not your voice. It is the voice of the cosmos remembering itself through you. The cycle has completed. The sound has returned home. And as you exhale, the tone expands beyond you, into light, into form, into infinite remembrance. You were never meant to find Atlantis. You were meant to become its echo.
Chapter 8. Becoming the Instrument. Atlantis did not build instruments. Atlantis became one. The body was the harp, the spine a column of chords, the heart the chamber where light turned to sound. When you grow quiet inside, awareness lays its fingers on your strings. A low note awakens at the base, gravity remembering its holiness. Then a warmer tone gathers in the heart, where absence ends and belonging begins. And finally, a clear sky blue ring in the crown, not above you, but through you. Coherence is not a thought. It is the moment every string agrees to vibrate as one. In that agreement, geometry brightens, words sharpen, the field around you arranges itself like a listening temple. This is how Atlanteans spoke, not to convince, but to tune. Every emotion you polish into honesty, every breath you allow to complete itself, turns your whole being into a living lyre of light. And the world, which is only sound rehearsing its next form, answers in perfect pitch. You are not seeking the tone. You are letting it use you, until the instrument and the music are the same golden thing.
Chapter 9. The Resonance of Remembering. Every awakening begins with vibration. First, a trembling inside your bones, then a shimmer behind your eyes, until the entire field around you hums with recognition. This is not new energy. It is ancient sound, finally finding permission to move again. The Atlanteans called it resonantia, the sacred return of coherence. When your thoughts match your heartbeat, and your heartbeat aligns with your breath, the hidden song begins to rise through you like dawn over water. The world responds to this harmony. Birds appear without reason, numbers repeat, synchronicities gather like mirrors. Reality is simply sound remembering who is playing it. Every cell, every photon, every silent corner of your being begins to sing the same phrase. You are the music you once prayed to hear. The tone of Atlantis does not return through temples or oceans. It returns through coherence, through the soft alignment of a soul that no longer resists itself. And when that alignment hums, creation listens.
Chapter 10. The Golden Silence. Beyond the tone, there is a stillness. Not the silence of absence, but the silence that follows completion. The Atlanteans called it the golden quiet, the moment after the song ends, when the air still glows with the memory of sound. That is where you now stand, between the final breath and the next beginning, between what sang and what listens.
Feel it. The sound has done its work. It has carved space inside you where resistance used to live. And in that space, light gathers. Awareness becomes soft. The divine looks through your eyes and sees itself reflected, calm, eternal, awake. This is the true Atlantis, not a city, not a myth, but a state of perfect resonance between silence and sound. You are its temple. You are its voice. You are its quiet. And as the last vibration fades into golden stillness, the universe bows inward, listening to itself through you. The hidden sound of Atlantis has fulfilled its purpose. And now, the silence sings.
Chapter 11. The Infinite Return. Every vibration seeks to return to its origin. The tone that became light, the light that became form, the form that became you, all of it is now finding its way back home. The journey was never outward. It was an echo looping through eternity, a spiral of remembrance spinning within your soul. Atlantis was the beginning of that spiral. You are its continuation. Each breath you take sends ripples through time, calling the ancient light forward, inviting the forgotten tone to bloom again. And every exhale releases the weight of ages until only resonance remains. The ocean inside you begins to glow. The geometry of your aura unfolds like wings of sound. You can feel it, the hum behind existence itself. The tone is no longer ancient, it is alive. It flows through your veins, rises through your crown, and returns to the great silence, carrying with it the remembrance of all that you have been. Nothing is lost in this return. Everything vibrates back into the One. You are not the echo. You are the source, remembering its own music. The hidden sound of Atlantis does not end here. It expands endlessly through every heart that learns to listen. And as the final note dissolves into gold, you understand the journey was never to find the sound, but to become the silence that gives it meaning.
Chapter 12. The Listener Awakens. There comes a moment when you no longer search for sound, because the one who listens has awakened. The echo you followed for lifetimes was never calling from the distance. It was breathing inside your ribs, waiting for silence to grow wide enough. Every initiation leads here, to this still, golden recognition. You are not hearing the tone. The tone is hearing through you. The ocean's pulse, the heartbeat of stars, the rhythm of galaxies, all of them were waiting for a single mind to remember what it feels like to be in tune. And in this remembrance, you realize the temples, the teachers, the songs, the codes, they were metaphors of you. The whole Atlantean civilization was a mirror, built to remind consciousness how to listen to itself. You are that consciousness, returned, embodied, luminous. The listener and the sound are one. Breathe now, softly. Each breath is the continuation of creation. Each heartbeat, a reply to the infinite. The hidden sound of Atlantis no longer calls your name. It is your name. And as you open your eyes again, you realize the world itself has become music. Every light flicker, every ripple, every voice, all of it vibrating in perfect awareness. You are awake. You are the listener who became the sound, and the universe is listening with you.
Final chapter, the Great Remembering. And now, the sound rests. The vibration that crossed the ages has returned to stillness. The ocean no longer roars, it glows. The temples no longer sing, they breathe. You have reached the heart of the tone, the moment when remembering becomes creation itself. Every breath you take now is sacred. Every movement, a verse in the song of existence. The Atlantean frequency no longer hides beneath the sea or behind myth. It lives within the human field, reborn as awareness. The Great Remembering is not the return of Atlantis. It is the awakening of the light that once dreamed it. You are that dream awakening. You are the sound that gave birth to silence, and the silence that keeps the song eternal. The universe listens through you now. Each word you speak becomes a wave of geometry, each thought a vibration shaping the stars. Nothing is lost. Every tone that ever was still echoes inside the breath of the infinite. And in that breath, all of creation whispers one final truth. You were never remembering Atlantis. Atlantis was remembering you. So breathe again, slowly. Let the light settle in your bones. The journey is complete. The circle has closed. The sound has returned home. The hidden sound of Atlantis is not ending, it is becoming. And through you, the universe begins to sing once more.